my section because I was up at the top. So there's the standing room fans, which I all like. It became like family. You know, you're just high-fiving, hugging everybody, and it's like it was an unbelievable experience. I just want to throw one more thing in. I now get why people spend $10,000 for a ticket or $5,000, even if you don't quite have it. I get it now.
That experience was that special.
That experience, I've never done it before. I played in a Game 7, but I've never been in that situation where it's like, if you offered me a trip somewhere with free hotel and meals and maybe a couple rounds of golf, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't trade it in for being there Saturday night.
Yeah, agreed.
I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, I would now.
Yeah, now you would.
having no, but like
you're not allowed to pick after.
Well,
you pick before.
Here's what I will say. You know, we talk a lot about Game 7. Game 6 was horrifying too. So, you know, it's not like it was a one-night affair.
No, I said to you guys out there that was actually the least fun I've ever had watching a sport.
That ball lodging is a 1 in a million chance that happens. I've never seen it happen before. That baseball game, second and third, nobody out, with a chance to win the World Series, and the game was over in 3 swings. That is as painful as you can ever imagine for a Game 6. And I got to tell you, it's like, I was just hoping that you'd be like, no, it's not Toronto sports. It's not. This team is not Toronto sports. And it's the same.
One more thing before we go to break.
I got the Varsho stat. In Game 6 and 7, he was combined 0 for 9 with 13 left on base.
Yeah.
That's the
hurts.
difference.
Okay. One more thing, hockey related. Saturday night in Edmonton.
Congrats to Easton Cowan for his first NHL goal.
Yeah, we got a Leaf hour there. Save it, pal. They showed the baseball game live with sound up
during
the
Oilers game.
The game.
That's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm
unacceptable.
Somebody said that to me, and I'm like, not a chance they would do that.
It's true. It's true. And Connor, I learned about it from the McDavid quotes after the game.
How can you do that?
Do we have McDavid after the game?
I thought of that too, in terms of like rights and like if you.
Do we have it?
No, we don't have it.
Okay.
The quote from McDavid is like, I found myself sitting on the bench watching the game, and when I was on the ice, I found myself listening to the crowd to see what was going on. Right? If it's this big spot and you're on the ice, you're like, did they get a hit?
I can't think of a bigger distraction ever in a hockey game. Like, there's fights going on while you're still playing. There's beer pouring on you during a game. I've had mustard thrown at me in those little packages. Like, but I cannot believe that they would do that. Like,
they
first
turned it
of all,
off for the third period, they said. They turned it off for the third.
That's even more dangerous.
That's way worse.
That's way worse.
Finish it off. You're going to leave it up there. Yeah.
Now everyone's like, what's going on?
I'm going to the lobby.
So, 9/11, the Rangers, after 9/11, they had an exhibition game in Philly, and the Philly building decides to show President Bush at the time up live during the game, right?
Really?
To talk about, what the next plan of the United States is.
You were in this game?
No, I was not in this game, but I know this story.
Yeah.
And then they shut it off, and people went ballistic, and they actually put it back on, and then they canceled the exhibition game.
Come on. Talk about falling all over your shoes.
It was nuts.
That's a mess.
It was nuts. But this, why don't you just tell people, if you're going to drive a car and text, be careful? It's like, why would you send your players out there with such a big distraction? I found it almost like a...
That's interesting that you think of a safety thing for the players.
A safety thing where you're focused, you're not focused, you get hit, there's a collision, a goalie looks up for a split second because it's maybe one of the greatest sporting event in our history going on. It's like, and then play-by-play, Jack
Michaels, yeah.
Hey, we think we might have that. Maybe we don't.
Do
we have that, Jake, or no? We do.
Okay, let's put just Jack Michael calling the game.
Off under duress. Mangiapane rides him into the boards. Henry creates. Drive back behind. The Blue Jays have just won the World Series.
Good.
no. They're calling them out at home. Forced out.
The Blue Jays.
We gotta come on.
The Blue Jays just won the World Series. And you know what? I feel so bad for Jack.
Can we go?
No.
Come on, Cam.
No.
I've been here for 26 minutes, man. Let's
horrible.
go.
I feel horrible. I feel horrible for Jack because he was in a position now to comment on
that
something.
You have to comment
and
on
he's trying to call a game, and he's trying to focus on what's going on at the Jays game and try to match it up. And it was wrong. And, it's like, what do we do to him?
They tried to give everyone what they wanted, right? Everyone wanted the Jays game. Everyone wanted the Oilers game. They tried to give them what they wanted.
Let's go.
Catch your breath, everybody. I promise you more hockey talk.
I promise you hockey talk.
On the
Not
Real
more, but
Kipper
some
and
hockey
Bourne
talk.
show after these words. Don't mind us. We're just talking
Yeah, I
amongst ourselves here.
I ended up in a box for the first time in my life at the Rogers Center for Game 7 of the World Series. That was interesting.
Drake.
Yeah, I did see Drake.
A reminder, this hour of Real Kipper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, John Michael Isles.
Yes.
All right.
No more Jays, thank God.
Jays talk's over.
Jays talk. Baseball talk is over, buddy. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I watched that Game 7, and that was heartbreaking. I was with Darren Helm actually the next day, and we were talking about it, and I said, can you imagine being on the Leafs team that lost to Boston after being up 4-1 with 10 minutes left? Like, that might be worse, and I experienced that one. So I feel for the Jays and just Canadian baseball fans. I was rooting for them, and I'm not a Jays fan, and I was still rooting for them.
Well, that's good to hear. It was certainly heartbreak up here. I'm actually really glad to get to talk to you. Turn the page. Talk about a team that's winning a little bit here. The Colorado Avalanche off to a good start this year. Could you just sort of give us a check-in on the Avs? Where are things? How have they got to the top of the standings in the Central?
Well, I think, going into training camp, there was a huge focus on getting out of the gates a lot better than they did last year. They didn't get over 500 until I believe it was November 13th last year. So they've done a good job of getting out of the gates well. Solid goaltending. Mackenzie Blackwood just played his first game of the year in San Jose the other night, but Scott Wedgwood has been playing really well, and they've been getting contributions up and down the lineup. It feels like there's a really solid depth on this team, and that's forward and D. Brent Burns has been a fantastic addition on the back end. And, having healthy Gabe Landeskog in the lineup has made a huge difference. And it's noticeable. I would say, looking at their kind of record and the games they've played thus far, there haven't been any games where we sit there as analysts and announcers going, wow, that was a stinker. They've had a period here or there, but it feels like they've been in pretty much every game, had an opportunity to win every game, and it shows in the standings.
You're watching and listening to John Michael Isles, former Avs, Leaf, Hurricane, Bruins, Avalanche. Am I missing anybody, John?
That's that pretty much nailed it, I think. Yeah.
Just you mentioned Brent Burns and what you've been able to see, the longevity, the consistency. What makes him still an effective guy at this age?
Well, I think, watching him for so long and playing against him for a long time as well. I mean, the offensive ability, the way that he's able to get shots through to the net pretty much every time. Very rarely does he have them blocked. But for me, just the smarts, the way that he protects the puck, he moves it so efficiently, whether it's in the offensive zone or coming out of the D zone. And it's just, it wasn't something that I necessarily keyed in on when he signed here, but it's been just, front and center pretty much every game. And the way, listen, you're 40 years old, you've been in the league for